Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to today's Tuna Cutting Show. 皆さんようこそありがとうございます。42周年の、コロナ後の初大会ショーです。This is the first tuna cutting since the corona that we opened back up, and for this year's 42nd anniversary for Tokyo Central, previously Marukai. Please, a round of applause to our cutters, everyone who has helped. Thank you very much, Tokyo Central. Right now we're going to get straight into it. It's cutting off the head of this beautiful branched Mexico bluefin. Can anybody try and guess the size of this tuna? 350. Anybody else? 280. Oh, very close. Very, very close. Anybody else? 275. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. Anybody else? Anybody else? 260. 258 to be exact. This is a branched bluefin tuna farmed in Ensenada, Mexico. It's about a 5-year-old fish, and they do a beautiful job here. Here we go. We have the head, and from the head you can see the fat content. Beautiful head, beautiful eyes. Atama. This is the atama. Atamaを切りました。Here he is going to continue and work on the. He's gonna continue and work on the kama. This is the collar section. Kama を切り始まります。In the kama, they have a very rare portion that is sold in restaurants for $12 just for the cut. And it's a very rare area that a lot of chefs look for. Here you can see the fat content, you see the marbling, very beautiful fish. We will be auctioning this off here in a little bit. Kamatoro, yeah, that's what he was saying. Kamatoro をも入ってて、シェフの皆さんが、和牛に似てるから欲しがってます。取り合いをしてます。Yes, I've been a fishmonger since 2008, so I've seen a lot of fish being cut. This is a beautiful fish. They've done a lot better with the farming of Mexican bluefin. I think it's getting better and better with flavor, not iron rich. 鉄の味は、あまり強くないので。So next we will move on to cutting the backside, which is this area here. We will loin it out. これから背中の方を切り始まります。Start with the tail insertion. And what he's going to do is he's going to line from the spine and through the middle to split the two lines up. As you can see, this is a very heavy fish. I do not feel like touching the fish today because I want to go home and not smell too fishy, which is why he has gloves on. マグロって独特な匂いをしてますので、結構長く洋服にもついてちょっと嫌です。So you can see here, well you can't really see on this from your point of view, but he is following the spine to get the best yield out of it. ぶどまりがとても大事なんで、マグロは全ての部分を使いたくて、お金にもなりますし、食べ物、料理にもなります。Just following the spine very closely, get the best yield as I mentioned. While he's continuing to cut this, I want to explain how the farming method is. They are farmed in cages. The cages are called in Japanese ikesu. They're 60 meters wide, 35 meters in depth. It's about 100 to 100 fish per cage, and it gives it enough space for it to swim stress-free and not fight each other. An interesting fact about tuna is they have to continuously swim. So even when their mind is sleeping, they have to continuously swim to keep the heart rate going. So if you think about it as a hummingbird has to continuously flap their wings to keep their heart beating. It's the same with tuna. Otherwise, they will just die off. マグロの養殖の仕方なんですけど、60メートルの長さ、35メートルの深さのケスでメキシコのエンセナダの方で、養殖しております。So now he is lining off the bloodline to separate the belly, loin, and the backbone. So this, as I mentioned before, this is a 5-year-old fish. They usually catch it at about 4 years and feed for about 2 months. Speaking about the feed, they try and keep it natural, no pellets. They try and feed it iwashi, which is sardines, or mackerel. But sardines is the more favorite. They are fresh or frozen, depending on what they have available. So here we have the backside line. It looks like he has finished the cut. We are going to hold it up. Yay! Can I get a round of applause for the backside line? Woohoo! Beautiful fish. So when the fish is being sold, the belly and backside will have 2 different prices based on the fat content. So you'll be getting the total, all total out of the belly. 背中側の方が赤身の方が多いので、価格的に相場的に値段が腹の部分よりは安いです。背中の方に、中トロも少しは取れるんですけど、大トロは入っておりません。腹の部分の方に、大トロは取れると思います。こちらの方もちょっと取れます。So here you'll be able to see the grading, beautiful color, right on the bone as I have mentioned, to keep it as close as possible to get the best yield. Here we're starting into the belly portion, same as the belly, or I'm sorry, the backside. He's following the spine to keep it as close as possible to get that best yield. And I don't know if you noticed, but the size of his knife is only this big. In Japan, at the tsukiji market, they use swords, and it takes 2 to 3 men to cut through this. But we have found here in California, cutting fish, that it's more efficient, faster, less manpower to cut with a smaller knife. 築地の方で歴史的に、長い刀の方を、使って切っております。その方が、文化の違いだと思いますけど、その方が切りやすいって日本人の方は一応思っております。アメリカの方では、彼が今使っておる、短い包丁の方が使いやすい、切りやすいっていう、意見を持って、その方が今使い続けてます。He continues to keep it as close to the spine as possible. That's why you see his knife struggling here and there. He's not breaking the fish, he's just breaking through the spine and the meat's connection. And it's amazing how he's able to do that with such a small knife. Just a few more cuts and we'll be able to get this belly loin out. Start to portion fish to be able to sample. Here we go. We have the belly loin going up for everybody to see. Please take pictures. A round of applause. Very heavy as you see him struggling to carry it to the cutting table. As you can see, these two gentlemen are having a great time cutting this getting tuna meat and blood all over their body to smell like tuna for the next 3 days. 先ほどは腹の方を、渋い血を切って、これからをもう少し細かくさばいて、皆さんにサンプルをしたいと思います。I'm sorry, Tsukiji Market is now moved to Toyosu, to the different area. It's down the street. They still do not know what they were going to do with the old market, but Toyosu is a very nice place. If you ever have a chance, please visit. It's very cheap to go to Japan right now. It's a good time, I think. They do have Mexican branched bluefin in the Tsukiji Market as well. Very popular product. Here we have the other half as he cuts the kama, which we will also auction off. And as I had mentioned before, this is a very prized portion of the Bluefin Tuna. だから今は反対側の釜の部分を切っております。The second kama. Who will be the lucky winner of this kama? 誰がもらうんでしょうか。ちょうど夏の時期なんで、バーベキューにはいいと思います。頭の部分、釜の部分、ポン酢だけで召し上がってください。美味しいと思います。So as you've noticed, he's laid the tuna skin side up. I don't know if he's going to turn it over to make it easier to cut. Everyone has their different preferences on how they will cut the tuna. Looks like he's going to spin it round. In the seafood world, for any fish, prolong the life or keep the shelf life of the fish. If you left the bone on, you could just use the 2 loins that you just cut and keep this on ice wrapped, nice cooler for another, I want to say 5 days, and the flesh underneath the bone should be just as good. Tuna is a fish that it gets better with flavoring as you age the fish. I don't know if you've seen the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi. He is a big, he's one of the best tuna. His aging process for tuna is one of the best in the world, and a lot of chefs have copied his style. So as he comes here, he is taking the bone off, cutting upwards towards the bone to keep it as close as possible. Keep that yield very nice. 今から、背骨の方を、取っていくところです。And it seems like at the same time he is cutting the second belly loin out, doing a great job keeping that yield very nice and tight, so that we don't waste any of the fish. Japanese culture to try and use every portion of the fish that you can, making various dishes. And in my opinion, that is the real way of sustainability. As we finish up here, it looks like a very small knife. Looks like a pocket knife almost. It's cutting through the tough skin. The scales are still on the skin, which makes it even tougher to cut through. We have the second belly loin. Everybody, please, a round of applause. Yeah. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Marbling fat full toro, chu toro, and a little akami. Don't waste any of that. Even the tail. Here we go as Mr. Hiroki, a very strong gentleman here, going back and forth with these large loins. So as you can see, he has taken off half of the bone, and we have one loin left and a tail portion. あとは骨と背中の渋い血、あとは尻尾の方は一応残ってます。He continues to cut through the bone with his pocket knife. Doing a great job. Using every portion of this knife, even the tip, to get through the trickiest parts. Looking like this is a little bit of a tricky part since this is the last loin. Does everybody enjoy eating tuna here in the audience? Can I get a round of applause for some tuna? Are we excited about the samples? Yay! I'm excited. So he's trying to keep his cuts as close to the bone as possible, as I've continuously mentioned. Doing a great job.
Thank you for coming Tokyo Central. After the sampling, we're gonna have an auction and the raffle. Raffle start at around 11:30. So please stay here. We're gonna have a little bit sampling and auction and raffle. So please stay in here. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
It is the last loin, making things a little difficult to cut through, but looks like he's just about to finish up. As the last few cuts here, yes, we have made it through it. Looks like I've made it through. He is cutting the tail portion off, as we'll auction that off separately. Auction the tail and the bone. And you see we have a tail here portion. Great for barbecuing. Round of applause. And the last senaka cut, the backside loin and the bone. Here we have beautiful, beautiful fish. We'll do some scraping with maybe some spicy tuna. Wow, he's holding that up by himself. Good job, sir. Thank you very much. Round of applause. 最後の、背側になります。骨も切って